Hello and welcome back to another episode of Chris's Retro Corner. I'm Chris, this is my Retro Corner, and this is my Dragon 32. If you've been following along recently, you'll know that Mrs. Retro Corner gifted this to me as an early Christmas present earlier in the year, and I think I've kind of worked out how she came to know that I was after a dragon. So it seems a year ago, Keith over at the Digital Orphanage started a little series of 4 videos about the refurbishment that he was doing of 11 Dragon 32s for the Museum of Computing over in Swindon, where he volunteers. He sort of cleaned them up, tied them up, repaired them, tested them fully, and then sold a few off to help proceeds towards the museum, but along the way he did a number of repairs, really interesting ones. So one of the repairs he did was a keyboard fix, whereby one of the keys just wasn't working because there wasn't there was a dry joint on the board. So I'm kind of hoping that's what the one key's about. And also that power button, it's, I don't know, somewhere in the region of about 50-50, I think, when that works. So when it clips on, I tend to leave it on for some time, just while I'm mucking about with it as much as possible, and just use the reset button on the side where I can. But yeah, I'd like a look at that. It does latch. You've just seen it latch. It does latch. So I think it's probably just a bit dusty. Maybe the metal inside the pin switch has corroded a little bit, and it's just there you go. It's a bit awkward. It's just a bit awkward. So the aim of the game today is to dig in, see if I can't fix those 2 things, and have a little look inside the Dragon. So let me get my bench set up and just sort of ready to go, and yeah, let's dig in. Got some tea on the go. There we go. So let's have a slurp of that and get going. So, on closer inspection, I've noticed we're missing a screw from the underside. I think when I unboxed this, I'd noticed that the labels had been previously punctured. I don't know if that serial number is particularly high or low. I don't know if it's going to be a late model board in this or what. Who knows? It's a bit of an adventure. So let's open her up and see what's inside. So they're quite meaty screws by the looks of things. I might have something like that somewhere in my little stash of bits. Hope so. So let's flip this over, and yeah, taking my first look inside my Dragon 32. We shall pop that away safely over here somewhere. Okay, yeah, it's looking pretty dusty in here. Whereas obviously somebody has been in here in the past. I don't think it's been for a while. I really don't know enough about the Dragons yet to know whether these potentially, I'm guessing these are the RAM chips over here. By the way, Keith at the Digital Orphanage has done a really smashing sort of look around the board of one of the Dragons he repaired. So I'll see if I can time link that up here somewhere for you, because it's a really good little nip around the board. I can't remember it now. It was about a year ago, so yeah, I'll have to watch that again and have a look to try and orientate myself. I'm assuming those are the RAM chips up the top, but yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at getting the keyboard out. Hopefully just those 2 screws. Cool. Somebody did not want that to come out in a hurry. Okay. Right. So those are the little standoffs. Pop on that side, pop on the other. Yep. obligatory dust bunnies. I'll blow that out in just a moment. So let's see if we can't take that connector off. Yep, not too bad. Okay. Right, I don't think we're going to be able to see anything straight away, so let's have a look at where the one key is. So one key there, right up in the top corner. I don't know if we can see anything there that looks suspicious. I will have to inspect that under much better magnification. But yeah, trying out all the other keys. A little bit more dust in there. I shall probably have to give it a proper blow through and a clean while I'm here as well. I don't know about a clean, to be honest, because I just want to use it again. But yeah, I'll give it a quick blow through. Right, so we'll have a look at that in just a second. Let's have a quick look here as well. Nothing is leaping out at me as being particularly worrisome. I'm not seeing any sort of evident staining or corrosion on the board, just some dust. I think what we'll do is we'll take those boards out, just give them a little bit of a light dusting off. Lovely and clean underneath, which I guess you would expect it to be. So a little bit of sign of corrosion on the screws there, but not really, just to hold the connectors on. So I'm not at all worried about that. Yeah, looks really nice. Dragon Data Limited CPU UK 32K Mark II. Now, when I sort of said to Keith at the Digital Orphanage, "Oh, great videos! I'm really interested. Oh, I look forward to getting a Dragon 32." He did say to look out for the Mark II boards, because the picture signal quality is a lot better out of these boards apparently. So that's really interesting to know. I'm also aware that sometimes the boards were populated with sort of high capacity or high density RAM chips, thus giving you the possibility of having 32K, sorry, excuse me, 64K, sorry, I've just read 32 down here again. So it kind of depends what's fitted there. I'll do my research, plug in the numbers to Google and find out what those chips are. And look at maybe in the future perhaps upgrading to 64K if the board will support it, which I think it will. Yeah, that looks really nice. Might give that a shot of contact cleaner while we're here perhaps as well. Let's pop that to one side and we'll just take out the power board now. And there's the problem that we're not latching. There we go. There. And yeah, that's pretty standard, I guess, for a machine from 83, 84, I think. I do need to look at the serial number and find out. So I shall give that a blow off camera over here. Hopefully that'll look a little bit better in a second. I think I need another can of spray duster. Didn't really do much. There's a light breeze came out of that can. So I think what we'll do this time is give a little bit of a brush out instead. Well, it's got the dust out of it anyway. I'll have to give that a proper clean another time. And something I noticed while taking the board out is there's a very interesting, I guess it's a fix of sorts, just about here. So there's a resistor between that resistor and to that potentiometer there, and another one here as well. Now I'm pretty sure that's the input into here anyway, so that's bound to be factory, but it does look interesting. It does look a little like an afterthought, just popping a resistor on after the board is designed, I guess. Yeah, all looks okay. So I'll give that a brush off as well. Right, that's done. Quick slurp of tea, excuse me. Got to have a tea on the go. So this is really interesting. So I was having a quick look at this, and you can see here that this resistor is soldered onto this wire here, which has been clipped. I don't know if you can see that in there or not, but it's literally been clipped off the board. I don't know if that's an attempt to cut that trace there at all. I don't think so. Just a bit of a score, but yeah, that's interesting stuff. So last minute modifications. You can see here that also this is an issue 6 board, so I'm guessing it sounds pretty late on in production, but until I know the sort of production date of my Dragon, I don't know. Yeah, so let's turn our attention to that. You can see what's happening there. If I actuate the switch, it's kind of not flicking across. There's a grooved path. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there's a little grooved path in here that pin is supposed to follow in the plastic. Now if I push and pull it, if I push it in and kind of pull it out, you heard, I hope, and saw that pin center, and then it will sort of spring the other way, or should do, spring the other way. There we go. Yeah, there we go. You can see it's following like almost an elliptical path around the plastic channel in that switch, and that's what it's not doing. It's obviously working. Feels like it just needs a little bit of a clean out. So I am going to find some contact cleaner, just give it a squiz in there. Oh, there we go. Straight away. Click, 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 and you can see that pin moving up and down. It's not sticking anymore. Whether that's a long-term fix is another matter, but yeah, good enough for now. I should find a cloth and remove the worst of that overspill, really, shouldn't I? There we go. It's alcohol. It'll evaporate. So let me work this switch for a moment or two. Yep, happy with that. Seems to be working every time now. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so that's that bit solved. Now to have a look at the keyboard. So I'm going to grab some specs. See if I can't. Oh, straight away. Yeah. Straight away I can see. I can see a dry joint there. So let's see if you good guys can see this as well. See if I can't point that out. What's a good thin pointy pokey thing? So there you go. Can you see that ring, that dark ring around that pin there, that isn't present on any of the other ones, or at least it wasn't when I snooped a second ago. Ooh, hang about, might have to have a look at that one, who knows. But yeah, that one there, that looks a little bit suspicious. So what I'll have to do is have a look around the rest of the board, just quickly, and see if there are any other points that look like they might be dry or broken otherwise, or in need of a freshen up. I've noticed that the D key, typing C load M, occasionally the D is not always there, but it's probably to do with the little finger contacts, as opposed to the actual board itself. So I will take a look at this and I'll be back to you in just a few moments. Okay, so I've got another one over here. I'm not quite sure what key that's under. Could be the @ it's pretty sure that everything's working. But yeah, see if I can show you guys. Where are we? Here we are. That one there, it's a little hard to see, but in a certain light there's a little bit of a ring around it. Again, it could be broken, so I'll do that one while I'm here as well. Now the soldering iron's warmed up, so that's ready to go. So it should be pretty quick. Now the type of solder that was used on these things this length of time ago was leaded solder, and it's just dawned on me that that's, of course, I was doing something a little while ago, and that's just regular sort of unleaded solder. So yeah, I'll go and grab some old school leaded solder. The two don't tend to mix well, so I understand. So yeah, just keep it original, and I'll be back in 2 seconds after another quick slurp of tea. So leaded solder. Let's see if we can't refresh those joints. Forward. So hopefully that's our one key with the nice new shiny joint there. I think that's the @ key. Where was it? Just there. Again with the in the light with a refreshed solder joint there. So yeah, I'll give this a brush off. I'll give the main board a brush off, and hopefully then we'll start popping it back together. One down. And there we go. That looks a little bit nicer now as well. Interestingly, and I really can't remember from pictures I've seen, I'm not 100% sure that chip is ordinarily socketed. That's interesting to see. Do wonder if that was ever a repair. Doesn't really look like it, just looking at the back of the board. Doesn't look like it's been taken off and then put back on again. Yeah. Shall have to orientate myself with the board. But for now, let's pop it back together and see if she's up and working properly. I can't put it back in that. I'm going to have to give that a little bit of a spritz over. Right, not perfect, but that will certainly do for now. Just double check that switch again. Oh, sounds ideal. A little bit dusty in there still. Right, let's pop the dragon back together again. keyboard to go back in. Now time to pop the cover back on. Let's see if I can't find a match for that. So I found a candidate. It's just a couple of mil longer, but otherwise the pitch looks about right to me. So yeah, let's pop that in and button down the case. Lovely. Do a bit of a tidy up, and then let's get on to testing. Right, so we're ready to go. Let's pop the telly on. Set it to the right channel. And fingers crossed, try the power button. Straight away. Look at that. Lovely. Okay, more fingers crossed. One. Yes. And we've got the one key back. Look at that. Lovely. Excellent. Okay then, so I think both those things are working. The power switch seems to be reliable. The one key's back in action. When I was, if you have been following the channel, doing my top 10 Christmas countdown, it wasn't a top 10, it was just 10 games. I couldn't play any of the games in the black and white colour scheme because I couldn't press the one key. Most of the Microdeal, or most of Microsoft, most of the Microdeal games gave you the three colour schemes, black and white, buff and green. So I've been playing things in buff and green, and sometimes it's not the clearest graphics. So let's load up a game and see what something looks like just in black and white. And while we're waiting for that to load, I think I'll finish my tea. Right, there we go. And there's our selection there. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, let's change the colours just ever so slightly. Okay, you stand half a chance of being able to see that now. So, pretty sure that we can select one now, so let's try black. I can actually read the writing on here now, which is pretty remarkable. Definitely couldn't do that before. Ooh, ooh, oh, there we go. Okay. Let's pick a track and get going. Yeah, I can actually read the speed on the speedo, which is pretty remarkable. Ooh, 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 ooh. Excellent. But yeah, trying to play this with the green colour scheme was a little interesting. I'll be honest. Ooh. These cars are really twitchy if you're not in exactly the right place when you pass them. You lose all your wheels and you go off the track. Yep, we're through. Oh, this is so much more playable now. Oh dear. Don't know if I'm any good at it though. I tend not to get particularly far. follows my if you follow my Christmas countdowns, then you'll know that my gameplay is not the strongest. Oh, game over. Does that mean I actually got there, or does it not? I don't know. Oh, not getting an option to enter a score, so I don't think so. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. We've got the power switch sorted out. We've got the 1 key sorted out. I think my little dragon's good to go now. I'll have a look at the board. I'll look that up. I'll look at the RAM chips as well. See what the score is with those. See if we can perhaps increase the RAM in the future. We shall see. But for now, yeah, she's fighting fit and good to go. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. The channel has just passed 500 subscribers, so thank you everybody who's subscribed. It's really appreciated. I can be a little slow with releasing content. It's a very casual channel. It really is just sort of following my whims and rambles and adventures in all things 8-bit. And retro, really. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, and I do look forward to seeing you again in another video soon. Bye now.